Hello there. My name is Skylar Swanky, and for this live project, I'm going to be showing you the process to one of my very many cosplays. It's a lot. I'll be honest, it's a lot. I have a lot of cosplays, and today I want to pick out a character that I think I look like the most, and her name is Yumeko Jabami. And she is from an anime called Kakeguri. It's on Netflix. And I'll be sure to tell you guys more about it as we go on. But the very first thing that I have to do is put in my colored contacts. Because there is a version of Yumeko. She has brown eyes, but... Count how many times I say but. She has eyes that turn red often because she's a gambling freak, and I like to portray that side of her more, so I actually have red contact lenses, and they're non-prescription, and today I'm going to be showing you how I put those in, but I put my contacts in before literally anything else. And you want your hands to be like 100% clean. When you do this, clean and bone dry. It's very important that your hands are clean and bone dry because you're gonna be poking in your eye and shit like that. So what I'm gonna be gathering is my contact solution. I'm gonna be grabbing my eye drops, and I have my contacts in a nice little case. But yeah, I will be showing you the process of how to put those on shortly. So if you are squeamish and you don't like to watch people touch their eyes or anything, I suggest you look away until the next step. So I've tried so many different things when it comes to putting in contacts. I am 21 and I swear to you, I have never put on colored contacts or any kind of contacts in my life. So the first thing you're going to want to do, like I said, is to wash your hands. And I mean lather them bad boys good, like Corona style. Like we should be doing that anyways, but because you're going to be touching your eye and shit like that, get under your nails too, if you can, all that stuff. And when you dry off, please dry with a hand towel. Because if you dry off with, a paper towel, fibers could get on your fingers, and then you're putting that in your eye. And then you'll be stuck with that in your eye, and that's not good. So, dry them off really good, and if you're in a room, I suggest you turn off all your fans. I turn off my fan when I do this, so that there's no wind in your eye or anything like that. So after that, when I go and apply it to my eye, I use my pointer finger on my right hand, since I'm right dominant. They usually tell you to use your middle finger, but I find that I don't have a lot of control when I use my middle finger. Plus, I'm flipping myself off, and that's unnecessary. So, I use my right pointer finger, and if it ends up not working, or if my finger's not dry enough, then I move to the middle finger. But as you can see, I'm using and starting off with my pointer finger. And all I'm doing is pulling down on my eye. I'm starting off with my right. All I'm doing is pulling down enough to where I apply the contact from the bottom first to make sure that the lid on the bottom is not in the way. I'm just kind of shifting it on there, and it feels really weird, okay? I don't pull the top lid on, which for beginners that's probably essential. However, I just do the bottom first, and then I roll it up, and once it's on your eye, you'll be able to feel it. And of course, obviously make sure that you're in front of a mirror when you're doing this. Don't be a dumbass and try and do it by not looking. But you'll see if the contact is kind of off center, then just, if you blink, it'll come right to the center, because our eyes are not flat. Duh! It's gonna detect where the eye is rounded, and it's gonna move right to it. So, in short, don't be scared of contacts getting stuck in your eye. It's literally impossible for eye contact to get stuck in your eyeball. It's literally impossible. After all of that, after all of that, all of that shit, it's gonna feel a little uncomfortable. I have to take breaks in between each eye. So it'll take me a while before I advance to the next step, which I'm obviously gonna cut. So the very next step to this process is priming my face with a primer. And this primer is a little fancy tool that helps my face absorb my makeup better and makes it last longer. So, once that's done, here comes the fun part. Covering the eyebrows! Covering the eyebrows is a very tedious process. And if you don't have the right tools, it can take a while. So I have full, thick brows. They're not like thick, but they're full. They're very full. So this might sound scary. Don't worry, it's not doing any damage to my eyebrows or my eyebrow hairs. But I do take a stick of Elmer's disappearing glue. A glue stick, I know. This is literally the only way. So I press down on my eyebrows. You see how in the front my hairs grow up, and on the sides, or like the rest of the eyebrows, grow to the side. So that's essentially where you want to go. I'm pressing up, I'm like rolling the glue stick up on the parts that grow up, and to the side, and the parts that grow to the side. You're trying to press down the eyebrows against your skin as much as possible because you want a flat slate, if that makes sense. Because you're going to be drawing new eyebrows over these eyebrows. So you don't want your eyebrow hairs sticking up and interfering. So you want a flat surface, which is why we're using glue today. Now I'm applying powder, and I hate powder. I hate it. So you just pat it right into your brows. You let the glue dry a little bit, and then you pat it right in there. And as you can see, it's kind of lightening up a bit, which is great. So once you're done with that, you're gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing you just did with the glue, but over the powder. It's very tedious, I know, but I assure you my eyebrows are fine. Like, my eyebrows do good every single day. It's not like I'm going to take it off the makeup and my eyebrows are going to come with it or anything. Nothing scary like that. You're going to put more powder on. What's new? More powder. And as you can see, my eyebrows are starting to get in the process of disappearing, which is great. Now, after this step, you do this to your heart's content, how much you feel needs to go on there. I usually only do it twice, and then I put on color corrector. So after you let this kind of sit on your eyebrow for a little while, put more powder. I know, it's pretty tedious. It's kind of weird because your eyebrows do feel a little strange with all the product on it. But like I said, it doesn't damage it, so it's fine. So, after you put powder on, guess what you're doing? Concealer! You're doing concealer and you're applying it just like you're applying the color corrector. And this is the whole dealio. This is where the eyebrows really start to disappear. Okay, so now on to the foundation. The reason why I'm putting on foundation is because Yumeko has no freckles on her face, whereas I do. See them? They gotta go. My freckles gotta go. So, let's chat about Kakeguri a little bit. My bad, Kakeguri a little bit while I'm doing my foundation. So Kakeguri is an anime on Netflix. It's got 2 seasons, and it is literally about gambling. Like, that's literally the premise of the anime, is gambling. Yumeko is a transfer student that comes into this school, and I keep forgetting the school's name, but it's a private academy that is dominated by a president that happens to be a really good gambler. And for a while, there is this girl running the school named Mary, Saotome Mary, and she was like the queen of gambling there. She was like beating everybody. Everybody owed her money. Everyone was her house pet. And then Yumeko comes in and offers to gamble with her. And she ends up beating Mary and finds out that Mary's been cheating. So Mary becomes a house pet. And from there, it's a whole journey of Yumeko. She gets this title of the compulsive gambler because she will literally gamble for the thrill of it. She does not care whether she wins or loses. She'll bet her life. She'll bet her fingernails. She'll bet literally everything. She doesn't seem affected when she loses. And at one point, she even becomes a house pet and she doesn't seem affected. She's just obsessed with, you know, gambling and gambling high bets. And, you know, she's got some scenes where she's a little crazy, and in most of those scenes her eyes are red, which go to symbolize that she is just, you know, off her rocker. So that's why I picked her. Now then, the very last step in order is to put on the costume and the wig. So I'm gonna put the wig on before the costume because the costume is pretty restricting. I am going to be in my uniform. And boom! I've changed. I'm in my outfit. I'm officially Yumeko Jabami. And I am a compulsive gambler. So, thank you guys for sticking around and watching. I'm pretty sure this was the most boring thing on planet Earth. But I hope I gave you some insight. I cut down what takes about 2 hours worth of makeup and stuff down to as much as I could. So, if you did fall asleep through this, I'm so sorry. This would be the result of my live project. And I hope you guys have learned something today. And thank you very much for watching. Goodbye!